Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting... Oh, that's right. The inside pitch season is over, isn't it? Hi, guys. How's everybody doing out there? Thought I'd go ahead and do a state of the network address like I usually do when I'm all done with cupping season as we get ready for the 2016 season, huh? That's our next season coming up. We'll start July 3rd, 2016. Our first ever contemporary season, which I never really thought I'd actually get you guys to go ahead and choose. I never thought you guys would choose a contemporary season. I thought it'd always be 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s, 90s, and maybe the early 2000s. But, you know, you guys go ahead and choose the 2016 season this year. Only beat 1971 by 6 votes. 1971 got 22 votes, and 2016 got 28 votes. 1965 and 2008 didn't get enough to really matter. So, at least not this time. Who knows what the future may bring. Hello, Jeremy Brooks. Yes, I'm excited for vacation. Steeler fan, my good friend. Brian B., of course, and After Further Review with Steve Tower. Spectacular channel that man has, absolutely. You were really hoping for 2008. That was the Greek god of walks best season, Kevin Youkilis. Yes, he was. 2008 could be available again. Who knows? That was only the first time, 2008. That's actually not the second time, actually, that 2008 was on the list. 2008 actually was actually available in the second selection show, where 1976 got chosen. And that was it. So 2008 actually had its second appearance. 2016 got its second appearance and got the win this time. The year 2000 actually got 2 appearances, didn't get a crack at it. 2014 got 2 appearances and didn't get a crack at it. But who knows? You know, we got many more. As long as I can stay alive and do all this, we'll have, I'm sure, many more season selection shows. As long as I can continue doing this and have fun doing it, which I do have a lot of fun doing it, as you guys know. That it's a blast. It's really a great thing to do. I love inside pitch. I really just can't go with any other baseball game right now. I mean, I'll leave that to the other baseball games to you guys. I'll leave like season ticket baseball, history maker baseball to I'll leave them to Steve Tower. I'll let Kurt Berglund handle replay baseball, and I'll let him handle replay. I'll let him, and I'll also Dave at Baseball Demos. I'm going to let him handle, payoff pitch. And now he's doing inside pitch for the game of the week for 1975. So I'll let him, inside pitch will be my baby. I've tried APA, of course, and Stratomatic. I'll leave to APA. I'll leave definitely to Tony Porter at Cards and Dice TV. I'll let him live with APA and Deep Drive because he likes, and of course Fall Classic. That's his baby. I'll leave those 3 to him. I just inside pitch is just so much fun to play. Rumor has it he'll be doing the 3 seasons per calendar year. Rumor has it, Brian B., that you've been drinking a little too much lately. You might want to calm down on the liquor intake, sir. So, maybe it'd be better if I move this over here so then I can go look up straight and see there. Maybe that's better. Yeah. Because then I can look at you. I can look up to you and then just look at the chat at the same time. Just look at that right there. I'd rather look at you guys straight through the camera and not up at the screen like, oh, wow, how's everything doing? No, I'd rather look at you guys straight. And I can just look at the chat right in front of me. So another season in the books, 1988. If you, like I said during the presentations, if you'd have told me, if you'd have told me that the New York Yankees would have won the 1988 World Series over the Montreal Expos, I would have thought you were on crack, and I would have wanted a little bit of that. I definitely do. Plan on playing the Pacific War. I would like to. Yes, I do want to get maybe a couple of engagement scenarios in there. The sad thing about my setup, I don't have a big table. I'm lucky I can get inside pitch on it as it is. Okay, I don't have a big table. I really don't. You know. Yeah, Reds won the series of the Mets. Mets right now are not playing good baseball right now. They can't hit and they can't pitch. So, but as I said, it's a marathon. The baseball season's a marathon, so we're only in the middle of May. So they got plenty of time to turn it around. Remember, the Atlanta Braves were like 10.5 games back of the Mets last year, and they came storming back and won it. Who knows? Maybe the Mets may do the same thing. Mets got too many injuries. Edwin Diaz is out. Quintana is out. Narvaez is out. Scherzer's not 100%. Verlander finally pitched the way we expected him to yesterday, but long baseball season. Who knows? Too many injuries, really. I just blame injuries right now. I don't blame Showalter. Right now, this team's got no life in it. But yeah, the Reds are headed down here now to take on the Marlins. But I will be out of here to go see the Mets take on the Rays next Thursday, and next Thursday, and I will be in New York. Actually, this time 8:00, probably getting ready to get the trip back since I'll be leaving for New York on very early Monday morning, very early. No, you don't need to stop by and see my mom there, Steeler fan. She is just fine, and she is ecstatic that her Yankees won another championship. So, she's ecstatic that the Yankees won another one. So, they did. Like I said, I can't believe the Yankees. How does the 1988 season that I do, where the 4 division titles, Mets, Dodgers, Red Sox, and Athletics. The Dodgers don't even make the postseason. The Mets get kicked out. They had a 2-0 lead and got kicked out by the Giants 3 straight. The Yankees beat the A's. The Tigers knock out the Red Sox. Then the Tigers can't do anything against the Yankees. The Expos beat the Giants in 6, and the Yankees dominate the Expos in 5. That's just weird. Inside pitch is weird, but that's the thing about it. I mean, you really don't know what to expect. You really don't know what to expect at inside pitch. That's why I think it's the most exciting game. It's not boring. It's not one dice roll and you're done. No, it's a lot more than that. It's a lot more than that. That's why I'll always promote. Always promote inside pitch. I just can't play any other game. Well, there's Brian Patterson. Good to see you there, sir. So yeah, so I am excited for vacation there, Jeremy. I'll be leaving very early in the morning. I got an Uber picking me up at 3 a.m. on Monday to take me to the airport, Palm Beach International, where I board a flight at about 6:40. Then my best friend Craig will pick me up at in Westchester. I'm going to spend 2 days up in upstate New York, Liberty, Monticello, and Middletown, and then we'll spend 2 days in the city. We're going to go to Katz's Deli on Wednesday, I believe. Best pastrami and brisket around. Yeah. And as a Jew, I can appreciate it. Let's see here. Yep, 3 a.m. You better got Don Mattingly. Yeah, Sports Time Machine, Utah, Mike. Yes, I know Don Mattingly right now. I'm surprised he hasn't given me a call and told me thank you for the ring. Let's see here. If you're more than an hour away from Canada, it's not upstate New York. I hate to say this, Mr. Tower. It is still considered upstate New York. It's still considered upstate. All right. I know what you're talking about there, but no, it's still considered upstate there, Mr. Tower. I lived in the Catskills for a while back in the day, and it's still considered upstate. You may say what you want. It's still considered upstate. You don't have to be all the way at Binghamton, which I have been to, believe it or not. Binghamton and Syracuse, I've been up there. So, It is considered upstate. But, you're going to pull rank on me. You grew up right near the St. Lawrence Seaway. That's upstate. Whatever. You can pull all the rank on you. You can pull all the rank you want, sir. You can pull all the rank you want. Fine. Be that way. See if I care. That's awesome, though, Mr. Tower. It's awesome. But I'm looking forward to the trip. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be exhausting. So I know that I got to take the weekend to prepare for it after tomorrow, which is my last day of work before I go up there. And then I need the weekend to recover. So obviously this stream here tonight will be the last one I'll be doing for at least over a week. And so a week. There'll be no streaming to me for a while, which I need the break anyway. Sean 1113 joins us here. Yes, go Dolphins. They're hyping the Dolphins up down here every single year. They hype the Dolphins up every single year, and we flop. I'm sick and tired of the hype. Just win. Just win. Really. Just win. You're guessing you made some Hall of Fame visits. Yes, I have been to Cooperstown. It's been a long while, though. I haven't been to Cooperstown in a long time. I was actually up there in 2016, but I've not been there since then. I'm not making a trip to this year. I'm just happy to go up there to 2016 was the last time I was up there in New York. I was there for a game between the Mets and the Dodgers. It was my first trip to Citi Field when the Mets honored the 1986 team. That was the game that Noah Syndergaard got tossed for throwing away Chase Utley. As a matter of fact, there's a picture used by the Action PC Baseball Network, a night shot of Citi Field. If any of you guys know, there's a picture of it which shows the 1986 on the field and all that. You know, there's a night picture taken at Citi Field that's now used a lot by people that have Citi Field, you know, in a night shot for Action PC Baseball and other games. I'm the one that took that picture. And I uploaded it to Action PC Baseball and Out of the Park Baseball before Out of the Park started going 3D with their baseball stadiums. So I was the one that took that picture. Nobody yet has taken a new picture of the new Citi Field with the scoreboard. So I was actually charged with a mission to get a good behind-the-plate shot of Citi Field during the day with the new digs. I will be doing that when I get there. So I told my friend that as soon as I get there, I have to get to the second level and take a pic behind the plate, all right, with the game in action, you know, with the new scoreboard and everything. Nobody's posted one yet. I'm really surprised that no one's posted a new shot with Citi Field and the new board yet. So I have been charged with that mission, and I will take care of it. So I'm looking forward. To Citi Field again, and seeing them play the Rays. Hopefully the Mets are playing a little better. But, John Haverly joins us here. And now you're playing the 26. Yeah, 2016 was the last time you were in New York, and now you're playing the 2016 season. I told you it's all rigged. Well, I tell you, and I'll be honest with you, I really want the game I was at in 2016. I can tell you right now that is not on the first schedule block. I was not able to get it because that was done on. Well, actually, no, I've not gotten up to that yet, have I? Wait a minute. I've not gotten that yet. Hold on a second here. I haven't gotten that yet. By the way, here is the 2016 FastScore season. If you're wondering about if I'm already set up for the 2016 season, the answer is yes. I already have I've already downloaded the let's see. I wonder if I can get that game. Let's see, what date was that? That was, let's see. Dodgers and Mets. That was the 28th. Kenta Maeda was at Noah Syndergaard on the 28th. Dodgers and Mets, the 28th. I don't think I will be able to schedule it, but we will see. But I can tell you right now that, yes, all the French players are printed. They're already set with their teams. I've already got the 2016 season teams already behind me and such. I could start this season tomorrow if I wanted to. Got all the ballparks, all the logos already set. I could start the 2016 season tomorrow. I've already got everything ready to go. Just ready to, I could start it immediately. No big deal. It doesn't take me long to set up a season. Go ahead and get the Reds 2 games that will be on the board out of the way the first week. So it doesn't take me long to set up a season. I mean, I use Action PC Baseball to get the rosters for the teams that I'm using on that current date, because to me, Action PC Baseball is the easiest system to use to get that. Not PC Replay, which is the best UI interface, but for getting the information I need, Action PC Baseball just works better. Just click on the team, and it brings you the players that were on the team at that time and were not available on that team. So no, we're not starting 2016 tomorrow, Steeler fan, and you know that. You know. So let's see here. Hold on a second. Sometimes my iPad is so sensitive; it can hear everything I tell it. So so absolutely, so 2016 is ready to go. We're just going to start at July 3rd. Looking forward to it. Demo game will be the 25th of June. It will be the Cleveland Indians versus the Chicago Cubs. And that game will be at Wrigley Field, since the Cubs did win the World Series that year. So that will be the demo game that will be used. And that, of course, that game is a slow game, very slow pace, where I go through the motions of the game slowly. Because when I play the game regular season, I don't have time to really go through the motions. So a demo game helps people learn how to play inside pitch a little bit easier. It's not a tutorial. It's just going through the motions slowly, And Joel Turney joins us here. Looking forward to seeing the Brock Holt, one of his best years with the Sox. Oh, yes. 2016 is going to be fun. I already know for sure that this will be a good contemporary season to play. And, of course, with the 8th selection show, I have a funny feeling the next season we do after that, you guys are going to choose something a little bit deeper in the past. You're going to go out on a limb and say the Cubs will not win the replay. Well, I'll tell you guys. So far, in every replay that's been done, nobody that actually won the World Series actually won the replay at all. Let's see here, that thing there. 1994, of course, there was no World Series. Chicago White Sox beat the Expos 4-3. 1985 was supposed to be the Cardinals and the Royals. Here you get the Astros beating the Yankees. 1976 was supposed to be the Yankees and the Reds. You got Philadelphia beating Oakland. 1981 was the only season so far where both the actual World Series teams did make it, because 1981 the Yankees did play the Dodgers, but the Yankees won this World Series, not the Dodgers. 1979, you had California and Houston. 79 was Pittsburgh and Baltimore. 1961, you had Milwaukee Braves and Detroit Tigers. That was the Yankees and the Reds. And, of course, last year, 1988, you had the Yankees and the Expos. Okay, that was the Dodgers and the Athletics. So far, nobody that has won the World Series from the original standpoint. But that is not because the system, I think, is wrong or rigged or anything way. It's because I've added extra playoff teams. Remember, the Boston Red Sox in the replay, the Red Sox and the Athletics both won their divisions. Okay, and of course, in 1988 they won their divisions historically. Neither could get through the division series. So because I've added more teams, that's one of the reasons why these teams have not won their replay, because I've added more teams, which means more playoff rounds. That's one of the reasons why. Oh, it's rigged. So which game did I play 1994 with? That was Payoff Pitch, which I thoroughly enjoyed playing Payoff Pitch. what made me distance myself away from payoff pitch a little bit was the dice rolls. If the dice rolls are high enough, you automatically know it's going to be an out, pretty much. And two, Joe Bryan started changing some of the rules on some of his card styles a little bit. And because of that, he made some of his older seasons obsolete, and I have all his seasons. And so I distanced myself away from it. The one thing Chris Davis has not done with inside pitch, he's changed a few rules, but he's not changed his cards. And that's the thing. His cards are all the same from 1956 to 2022. So, not to knock Joe Bryan's payoff pitch system, because I love his system, but I got distanced a little bit out in terms of quality control. All right, that's why inside pitch to me is a lot more fun to play. I know people don't like rolling the dice twice or three times. I get that, but why? What's the point? Just go ahead and roll the dice. You got to roll it twice, fine. You got to roll 3 times, fine. Who cares? Doesn't bother me. So, hope your 2016 Indians fare better than your 2060 replay 50-46 of July 3rd. Well, with FastScore, FastScore is going to change a few things. FastScore is going to rear its ugly head and see what it does. I mean, Brian Davis, he was surprised the Dodgers didn't make it, but he ran simulations with FastScore, and it came up that, yeah, it can happen. With simulations, it does happen. So it was a bit of an outlier, but it can happen. Yep, and a combined card as well. Favorite brand of orange soda? Right now I'm drinking Crush. But I like Fanta. I like Crush. It doesn't matter to me. I drink all sodas. I don't have any beer in the fridge. Although, with vacation starting tomorrow, I may actually have one to celebrate it. Pepsi beats Coke to me every day. I will always try. If I have a choice between Pepsi or Coke, it will always be Pepsi. I usually get what's on sale from my supermarket down here, but Pepsi trumps Coke always. I will always take Pepsi over Coke. I will always take Pepsi. Did I watch Baseball the Demos interview with Replay Gamer? No, I did not. I guess I should watch that. Replay Gamer is another awesome guy. Boy, that guy knows his stuff. Coke rules. Which Coke, though, Brian? Which Coke? The stuff you drink or whatever there? I wonder which Coke you're talking about there, Mr. Patterson, sir. Crushed and Fanta than Sunkist. I like Sunkist, too. Who knows? David Price performed well in the postseason a couple years early. Very possible. Coca-Cola. Okay. I just want to make sure, Brian. Just want to make sure we're talking about soda here. Yes. So I know it's the 2016 season should be a lot of fun. The 10-minute ticker will be a little bit longer because we got 30 teams to deal with every game, not 26 or 20 like we did in 1961 or 24 like in 1976. For those of you wondering how the postseason will go, it will be the top 2 teams in each division because 2016 utilizes the 3-division alignment. So it will be the top 2 teams in each division will make the postseason. Must have a winning record, of course. You must, and I will not be taking a 3rd place in case there is a 2nd place that doesn't make it. Got to be top 2 in your division. I will not take 3rd place teams. I will not take 3rd place. Okay, I'm sorry. That's middle of the pack. You don't deserve to be in the playoffs. I don't care. Okay, be a top 2 teams. And then the top 2 teams each division. And then, of course, the number 6 seed will play the 5 in a 1 game. The winner there will play the 4 in a 1 game. And the winner there takes on the number 1 division winner. And the 2 and 3 division winners face each other, which guarantees at least 1 division champion will be in the championship series in its respective league. Unlike the way baseball has it now, like last year, you had the number 1 and number 2 teams in the American League in the ALCS, Houston and the Yankees, but you had Philadelphia and San Diego in the NLCS. Neither one were division titles. I don't like it where if you're the 3rd division winner you have to play a wild card. I don't like that. I really don't. If you win the division, you deserve a break. You deserve a bye into the next round automatically. So that's how I'm going to do that. So top three, all three division winners, and then all three second place teams, if they have winning records, will make it to the 2016 postseason. And I have a funny feeling. And of course, I'll be saying, this is 2020, this is 2010's baseball, not 1970. The pitcher comes out after one pitch. We're about to reverse what we usually say, in the next upcoming season for 2016, huh? So it's now, of course, and now we'll be going to all the new ballparks. 2016, every new ballpark is now in there. Yes, division winner makes it no matter what. Obviously, of course, even if they have a losing record. You win the division, you deserve to get in, even if you have a losing record. But I don't see that happening though in 2016. 1994. We did have a division. We did have, I think, the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think they had a losing record, but they won the National League West. That they had a losing record at the time that season ended. And remember, 1994 is only in payoff pitch. Chris has not done 1994 an inside pitch. Which he will do very shortly. It looks like now he's probably releasing 2 new baseball seasons every 3 months by the looks of it, because in January he released 2022 in 1957, and I really asked him to do 1957 to plug that hole, and then of course now in April he does 1991 and 1999, and so I'm figuring that if he sticks this schedule in July, he could be releasing 2 more, maybe if he wants to get he says he wants to get the 90s done. I also told him, don't forget the 2000s. You still need to get them. I know he will sooner or later. But if you're sticking with the 90s, and the next 2 90s seasons should be 1993 and 1997, if he follows that schedule. Because he says he's doing them like this or something. I don't know. It's up to him. I can't tell that man what to do. He does it his way. All I can do is make suggestions, and it seems like he listens to me. So it seems like he listens to me. Or at least he accepts my opinions and my ideas. But this is his game. It's his baby. I just like promoting it. We don't talk that much, but we do discuss a few things once in a while, like rules and all that kind of thing. So yes. So 2016, that should be fun. I really look forward to that. Obviously, why you have every season, but I buy 2 or 3 a year. Of course you can. I mean, of course. I like his game so much I purchased every printed season. My 1988 cards been repackaged. I put them back in the bags and I put them in a box and brought them over to storage. And when I was there, I took out the 2015 and the 2016 cards. So now I have them here at the house. I've already printed the fringe players. They're all set, carded, and put with their respective teams. As I said, 2016 is ready to go. Vita Productions, how you doing, my good man? Yes, you have a face for the video, my good friend. This is my state of the network. I do this like once at the end of every season. So talk with you guys and see what you guys think. Your opinions are important to me. You guys are my subs, my fans, I guess I should say, which I'm very glad to know every one of you. I sometimes feel bad I trip over everybody else. Sometimes Kurt Berglund has a show going at the same time I start mine. Sometimes Uncle Dave Gardner has one going. I don't usually have to worry about Uncle Ron. Ron Juckett usually does his streams on Twitch. He doesn't do it on YouTube, so I usually don't have to worry about tripping over him. And of course, ID Jester. I don't like really going over everybody. I like starting my seasons, my games at 7:30, because usually get done by 8:30 or something. I still get time to rest up before I go back to work. But I really don't like tripping over other guys. And trust me, I don't do it intentionally. 7:30 is my choice of start time because I want to get the game in and get it done. Mr. Moley, good to see you, my good man. Thanks for your utterly superb videos in the middle of the night in the UK. God save the king. May he reign. May he reign. I love England. I love the United Kingdom. Wonderful country. Wonderful country. It truly is. The United States, maybe the United States should go back in time and maybe rethink about the American Revolution. I think we could have learned a lot more from Britain back in the day, Great Britain back in the day. So yeah, you only buy seasons. Cleveland was in the ALCS World Series, but you do have 6 different engines. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I know you're a Cleveland fan. I know you like the Cleveland Baseball Club, formerly known as the Indians, now known as the Guardians. And I understand that, but like I said, I fell in love with all his seasons. I fell in love with his game, and after playing a couple of games with 19, when I first got my first baseball season from him, which was 1956, I started at the beginning and moved my way up and played a 56 game, I said, this game was a lot of friggin' fun. A lot of friggin' fun. 2016, a year too late for my Royals, but 1985 didn't work out so well for us anyway. Guess we're pulling for the Rangers. You're too late for your Royals. Well, your Royals did win the 2015 season. And of course, the opening day game, by the way, D. Smith, is the Mets taking on the Royals on April 3rd of 2016. It'll be Matt Harvey versus Edinson Volquez. I chose that game as opening day because it actually had the best pitching matchup. Plus, you have both World Series teams starting it. And it's kind of funny that the Mets and Royals started the 2016 season and they were both in the World Series. They played in the last game of the season and they played in the first game of the season. Remember, baseball schedules are put out early. They are released in September. Okay, so baseball has no idea how to schedule these games until around September. So they have no idea who's going to be in the World Series when baseball releases its next year's schedule. They have no idea. So it was a fluke that the Mets played the Royals on opening day again in 2016 after the Royals winning the championship in 2015. Let's see here. You like inside pitch the best, but your 5-year-old attention span requires more variety. Yeah, I understand. Guys, like baseball, what the demo says, choose the game you want and play it the way you want. There's so many great baseball engines out there. Stratomatic, APA, Fall Classic, Deep Drive, Season Ticket now is getting popular, So many baseball engines. Play the one you want. They're all spectacular. Dwayne Martz joins us here. It's not like the NFL where they wait until after the draft to come out with the schedule, which I know is tonight. And I know I don't mind. I'm sorry to be taking any of you guys away from the schedule, but I personally, I'll look at it later. I don't care. I mean, they always hype up my Dolphins every year, and we always flop. So I really don't care what my schedule looks like at the moment. I'll check it out after the stream. I'll look at it then. I don't care. I don't know. We'll probably wind up going 8-9 again anyway. Right now, I'm a very disgruntled Dolphins fan. You play as many as 20 games in a week, then not play for 2 weeks. Yeah. See, that's why I like. That's another reason why I take the time off that I want from inside pitch. I don't want to get burned out. I like the game so much. I don't want to get burned out. And I'll be honest with you, even right now, actually, since I haven't played the last few days since the Yankees won the whole thing. All right. I'm actually anxious to want to play. I actually feel like I want to play some inside pitch right now. I don't feel burned out. Okay. I felt a little tired the day after when I did the review show, but not playing yesterday, I felt good. Today, I actually wouldn't mind throwing up the board and playing some inside pitch, but I want to keep true. So right now, I want to keep the suspense from myself as well, not just for you guys. I want to keep the suspense from myself. So, oh boy, I'm all set, ready to go. We can play some inside pitch, but I gotta wait till July 3rd. And yes, that's what I want to do. I want to keep myself anxious for the next season, so that I'm ready to go. So I'm not burned out early when I start the 2016 season. And the 2016 season it takes about, the way things are going, so they do 1 game per 3 days of baseball. Each season takes about regular season takes about 3 months to do, and the postseason takes about a month and about a month and a little bit long, a little more than a month, and that's good. That's the way I want it. Then I have 2 months to recover the voice and enjoy. And I also want to enjoy. I also want to enjoy other people rolling their games too. I mean, like I said, I want to watch our Red Sox fan. I want to watch Beatles Eternallys. Dave Gardner, Texag 75, and Sebastian Stratt joins us here. No more one and dones. I was getting a little bored of that. I was actually getting a little bored of the one and dones. That's why I decided to do the replays. The replays are a lot more fun. With FastScore and the playoff games I do, they're a lot more fun than the one and dones. The one and dones are just exhibition games. The replay, the regular season replay, and the playoffs, those are not. Those are just fun to play. I prefer. I'm no longer doing one and dones anymore. I'm not done. I'm done with the one and dones. They were fun, but I just didn't feel. I was getting satisfaction out of them. But I've now completed 7 seasons. I have major satisfaction out of completing 7 baseball seasons. Looking forward to another one starting July, and then another one starting January 1st. I can tell you right now, January 1st will be the opening day game of the next season after 2016, whichever that season is going to be. And I told you also that I will be changing the rules a little bit for the selection. I will tell you there's going to be you're still voting, but I will be doing the changes a little bit for the selection, and I will tell you all about it in the next selection show. You'll have to wait till the World Series of 2016 to find out what I intend to do. Still working out the kinks, but we're going to do a few changes to the selection, to the season selection a little bit. Just a change or two. You'll find out about that in due time. I'll keep you guys in suspense for a while. How do I keep stats throughout the entire season for all teams? I don't. The only thing I keep track VW is just wins and losses. That's all. The only time I keep track of stats is in the postseason. Okay, where I can get the batter with the highest batting average, which, of course, Dave Winfield of the New York Yankees got the MVP. And why not? He batted .431 with 3 bombs. So yeah, Dave Winfield should be the MVP for the postseason. So he got the MVP, but only batting average, and that's it. And that's it. Wins and losses only. I don't keep stats like that. I don't have time for it. I just do it that way. Inside Pitch, my exclusive game. Yes, it is. Any desire to play any other games? No. As I said, I want to leave History Maker Baseball to maybe to Steve Tower, because that's one of his. He loves that game a lot. Fall Classic, I'll leave to Tony Porter at Cards and Dice, as well as Deep Drive and APA. Kurt Berglund, he's doing replay baseball right now, and he also does Here's the Pitch. Okay, I'll leave that to him. Stratomatic, I'll leave Stratomatic. I know my Basement Media Productions is begging me to do a Stratomatic replay with the 86 Mets. I do have the game. I just, every time I watch Stratomatic, the only reason why I bought it was because it was a little bit of nostalgia value to me, because it was the first Cards and Dice baseball game I ever bought, the 86 season when the Mets won the whole thing. But every time I watch Stratomatic and watch it being played, I just feel there's something missing. Every time I watch it, there's something missing. Something missing from Strat. I'm sorry, it just is. There's something missing from Strat that I get in Inside Pitch. I get it in Inside Pitch. I don't get it in Strat. I didn't get it in Payoff Pitch either. Definitely didn't get it in Fall Classic Baseball. Fall Classic Baseball almost put me to sleep. I just couldn't play it. I just couldn't do it. I do have MLB 23 the show. As a matter of fact, my PlayStation 5 has been resting for a long time since I did the 1988 replay. So my PlayStation 5 is asking me, hey, when are you going to come over here and play with me some more? Well, I'll be doing it, but when I get back from vacation, I'll be on my PS5 doing some MLB the show, and there's a couple of games I do want to finish. There's some games I want to finish. And Diablo 4 comes out shortly too, which I'm looking forward to playing. Let's see here. One of you sue baseball demos over copyright infringement. Hey, remember what baseball demo says. You go ahead, you decide to copy a guy. You copy a guy. It's considered a complimentary. I don't know. It's fine by me. I don't care. It's fine. He does. Remember, there's a couple of things he does that I don't. He has the lineups, the bench on the field. I don't have that. Not because I don't want to, but because I really don't have the room. All right, but he does. So I'll leave that to him. That's his baby. That's okay. That's fine by me. That's all right. Let's see here. Look at digital dugout and all that. Hello. Doug Hunt joins us here. Yeah, I'm going to try to get a war game or two on the table. I'll try to get something. There is something missing. All the extra die rolls for no reason. Well, it's not extra. It's not no reason there, Steeler Matt. It's no reason. I mean, there is no reason. But Bounce Harvard Auto Classic as well. Yeah, I just couldn't get into it. I was rolling the dice and I just said, oh, home run. Roll the dice. Home run. Roll the dice. Home run. Roll the dice. Strikeout. Roll the dice. Walk. Nah. Sorry. It didn't it just doesn't really Fall Classic I just couldn't get into. I think the game engine is excellent. It's just not for me. Not for me. I'm not going to say one bad thing about the game. I just wasn't for me. That's all. APA wasn't for me. Stratomatic wasn't for me. Replay wasn't for me. History Maker wasn't for me. I tell you, I like watching other players. I like watching other guys play History Maker. Watching Steve Tower play History Maker is a lot of fun. Okay. Watching him doing it's a lot of fun. Watching him play season ticket baseball is a lot of fun. Watching Al Red Sox fan do his boxing is always a lot of fun. Of course, Al Red Sox fan, of course, is the ringmaster. So that man knows boxing inside and out. That man knows more about boxing in his pinky than I know in my whole body. So that's the thing there. Yankees Bob 7 going to Cincinnati to see the Yankees play the Reds next weekend. Anyone have an opinion of the ballpark? Oh, so you're going to Great American Small Park? I call it. That's what the Mets announcers are calling it, Great American Small Park, because the park plays so small because you can hit home runs at. So you can hit home runs. They say it's so easy to hit a home run. I could hit one out. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Great American Ballpark to me, I think is gorgeous. I think it's a beautiful stadium. I like how it was set up. I like the riverboat idea in the center. I think it's a gorgeous ballpark. I think it's beautiful. That's the one thing about doing a 2016 season. We're going to see all the new ballparks except a few. We're going to see we're going to see all the new ballparks, all right, except for a few in the 2016 season. The ballparks the new ones you will not see, of course, is Globe Life Field, because the Rangers are still playing in the ballpark at Arlington in 2016. The Braves are still playing at Turner Field in 2016. They are not in SunTrust Park yet. 2016 was the first year Target Field opened for the Twins, so we will see Target Field. Of course, Citi Field, new Yankee Stadium. And of course, we're going to see all the new ballparks finally. We finally get away from Riverfront, Three Rivers, Veterans Stadium, Memorial Stadium, County Stadium. Now we go to Miller Park, Oriole Park at Camden Yards, AT&T Park, Marlins Park. We finally get to go to the new stadiums for a time now. So now we go to visit the new ones, for a little while, So, and of course, so we get to see the new ones, Oracle Park. Yep. Well, it's in 2016, it was actually still known as AT&T Park. It did become Oracle Park until 2019. So actually, I double checked. Chris hates me in a while sometimes because he knows I always check the ballpark names on the cards to make sure he's got the correct name for that ballpark. You know how many times he sent me Oakland Coliseum in the 90s and the 2000s? I said, hey, Chris, it's Network Associates Coliseum or it's Oco Coliseum. Oakland Coliseum went through so many name changes and ridiculous. Okay. So he usually fixes it, of course, and fixes it in this file, and he sends me the corrected cards. You know. So yeah, it was called AT&T. It was Oco Coliseum in 2016 for the Athletics at the time. It was Oco Coliseum. The Braves were still at Turner Field in 2016. They would go to SunTrust. I think it was 2017 was when they went to SunTrust. I think was it 2017 or was it 2019? I think it was 2017 they went to SunTrust. And now, of course, it's called Truist. The Rangers didn't play in Globe Life Field until 2020. 2020 was the first year for Globe Life Field. They were still at the ballpark in Arlington in 2016. The National, yep, they're in Nationals Park. Yes, the Nationals are at Nationals Park in 2016. They're not at RFK. They're not at RFK Stadium. They were in Nationals Park. Let's see here. And let's see, one of you could broadcast the defensive lineups prior to the start of the games next season. Remember, I'm always giving you the defensive lineup throughout the game. I'm always telling you who's at. Remember, the first time the player comes up at bat, I'm telling you where he's at. I'm always telling you where he's at the first time he's up, so you know where he's going to be at that time. Will you be amending a pitcher usage for games September 2016 to have 15 plus pitchers a game? Remember, I go by as played lineups. So if that team has 15 pitchers in the roster for that game, it will have 15 pitchers in the roster. Beatles Eternally joins us here. It's always good to see Beatles Eternally. Remember, Beatles Eternally, all you need is love. That counts. So, because they didn't go there for 2020 for Rangers, it would have opened up, for the 2020 COVID year, which I don't know if if 2020 ever comes up, I don't know if you guys would ever choose it, but if you did, that would probably be the only season I would actually do one game per 1 day of baseball. I would not do one per 3. That season would last a month, and that would be it. I would do one game per 1 day of baseball if we ever did the 2020 season. I would do it. The lineups are, and the lineups are always posted on my Universal Baseball group. That's right there, Jim Doyle. Remember, you can always go to the Universal Baseball Lounge, because after I post the game that I've just done, underneath it, next game, you have the date that game was played, and you have the lineups there. I always post the next lineups to see if anybody, and I always do that to see if anybody's there for a game they might want to see. I mean, some people don't care about a game between, I don't know, the Padres and the Rockies, but then again, a lot of people care about a game between the Yankees and the Red Sox, who's the pitching matchup, that kind of thing. And of course, I always post the playoff games. It's am I gonna be in an RJL Hall of Fame? What do you mean? What, like a team Hall of Fame or teams or something like that? Gotta take a drink every 15 minutes. I'm glad I'm taking a break from the streaming. I need it. Do I collect baseball cards? I used to very, very long time ago. I don't have any. And it's a shame because I had all the rookie cards from back then. Players like Scott Rowland. Scott Rowland is not a Hall of Famer. I don't care if he is in the Hall of Fame. He's not a Hall of Famer. Scott Rowland. Let's not go on that tangent tonight, people. Let's not go on the Hall of Fame tangent tonight. Scott Rowland. That man can't hold Mike Schmidt's jockstrap. Scott Rowland. Put in Todd Helton. I would have no problem with Todd Helton. He's got the same friggin' stats Larry Walker has. Put him in. Thoughts on the Mets? We're not good right now. Thoughts on the Mets? We're not good right now. We're not good. We're not playing very good baseball. We can't pitch and we can't hit. We're below the league average in ERA and in batting average. We're slumping. Since the Mets started the year 14-7, the Mets have now gone 4-13. That is just not good. But if you want to slump now in May. Slump now in the first part of the year, then make a push in the second run of the year. Who knows? We'll see what they do. Too many injuries. Edwin Diaz, I think Edwin Diaz getting hurt really destroyed the morale of the Mets. I think Diaz getting hurt really hurt the morale. And I don't, even though that happened 2 months ago, I don't think the Mets organization has recovered from it. Knowing that Edwin Diaz was not going to be coming out to close your games. I think that really hurt the morale. I know Buck Showalter's doing his best to keep the morale up there, but I think that may have hurt the morale. Even though they got out to a 14-7 start, but now you've got too many injuries. Scherzer's not pitching the way they expected. Quintana hasn't taken the mound yet. Narvaez is out. I mean, a lot of the free agents you signed are not playing. I'm almost ready to say, you know what? Bring up Ronnie Mauricio and Vientos and let them play ball. And let's see what they can do. You know, yes, put in Keith Hernandez, Beatles eternally. Absolutely, put in Keith Hernandez. Do you listen to any baseball podcasts? No, I don't. But I do listen to SNY and all that stuff that they got. Johnny Bench and Tom Seaver, or Whitey Ford and Yogi best battery? I can't really say Johnny Bench and Tom Seaver because really Tom Seaver joined the Reds in 1977, or didn't join them. He was traded there in the worst baseball trade in history. But Whitey Ford and Yogi, you probably could say that maybe the best battery, maybe. You know, you probably got thoughts on the Rays. They for real. Well, how many games did the Dodgers win? How many games did the Dodgers win last year? 111? How many games did the Dodgers win last year? 111? How many World Series games did they play? Did they win last year? That should answer your question. You want to go ahead. They want to go ahead and you want to go ahead and have a great season. Yes, no problem. But you got to back it up. Ask the Boston Bruins right now if they care about those 135 points they got. Ask the Boston Bruins right now that they are considered the greatest regular season team in hockey history. Ask them if they care about that right now. I guarantee you they will say no. They will not. They will say no. Ask the New England Patriots if going 17-0 that regular season meant anything to them. Did they win the Super Bowl that year? Thanks to the Giants? No. It's great to have a great regular season. It really is good. But if you want to have a season like that, you really got to back it up. You got to back it up. You got to win the championship. The 1927 Yankees, best baseball team of all time? I would probably say so. But yes, they won the title. Okay. The 1998 Yankees, one of the best baseball teams of all time? Possibly. Although, that being said, though, the 1998 Yankees did have a whole bunch of games against an expansion Devil Rays team. So, but yes, I would still say up there. The 1986 Mets, are they one of the best teams of all time? Yes, absolutely they are. Okay, absolutely. The 1975 Reds, one of the best baseball teams of all time. Absolutely. You know? But like I said, it's you gotta win the whole thing. I'm sorry. You gotta win the whole thing. Like, look at my Miami Heat. Okay. The 2012, 2013 Miami Heat team with LeBron, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, they won 66 games that year. Are they one of the best basketball teams of all time? Yes, because they won the championship. Okay. But look at the Golden State Warriors, who actually decided to try to win 73 games and beat the Chicago Bulls. Are they one of the best basketball teams of all time? Yes, but they didn't win the title. So, no. You know? The Yankees were 11-2 in the playoffs in 1998. Yeah, they were a heck of a team. You know? You got to win. You're going to win. If you want to win, all these regular season games, you got to win the title. I'm sorry. You got to win the championship. You want to go ahead and validate the season you had, win the whole friggin' thing. That's why the 1972 Dolphins are still considered the best team ever in football history, because they didn't lose anything. You know? The 70, although unfortunately I was too young to really see them play. My Dolphins haven't won anything since 1973. We went to the Super Bowl in 1984, and that was the last time we were there. It's been almost 50 years since we've been almost 40 years since we've been to a Super Bowl. And I'm getting sick of it. You know, 86 Celtics, there you go. 86 Celtics still hold the banner of best team in your mind. Sure, absolutely. The 1976-77 Montreal Canadiens, a lot of people say, is the greatest hockey team ever. Even though the Boston Bruins went ahead and surpassed their point total. That being said, though, to be fair to the Canadiens, they played 80 games in 76-77. The Bruins had 82 games to play. So they did have 4 more points they can get. But what's the difference? The Canadiens hoisted the cup in 76-77. The Bruins got kicked out the first round. My Panthers last year were President's Trophy winners. And at least we did get past the first round, but we got beat out by the Lightning. Now the Panthers are playing great hockey, even though they lost to the Leafs last night. But, you know, the Panthers are playing very good. It's a successful season for the Panthers. Even if the Leafs come all the way back and win the whole thing, the Panther season is successful. So I'm happy with it. 2001 Mariners, best regular season team in baseball history to not win a championship. They got beat by the Yankees in 2001. You know, it's just that hopefully the Panthers take the Maple Leafs tomorrow night. Well, we'll find out. I would have loved if they could have knocked them out last night at home, but I wasn't expecting a victory last night. I wasn't expecting a victory. I was expecting maybe, and I'm actually, believe it or not, I'm actually expecting the Leafs to win tomorrow night too. I think the Leafs will beat the Panthers, and then the Panthers will beat them in Game 6. They're going to have to. They're going to have to beat them in Game 6 because you do not want to go back to Toronto for a Game 7. So the Panthers still got 2 games to win 1. Like the Miami Heat, they had 2 games to win 1. I'm expecting the Heat to take care of business down here tomorrow. I wasn't expecting them. I wasn't expecting the Heat to win in New York last night. I would have been surprised if they did. Got to win the championship, guys. Got to win the cup. Got to win the trophy. Got to win it all. You want to validate yourselves as the best team ever or one of the best teams ever, win the whole darn thing. Got to win it all. Nobody cares how many games in the regular season you won if you didn't win the title. If you win the league, you're considered the best Manchester City. Well, yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't watch much soccer, but I do follow a little Premier League action over there. And I happen to follow Arsenal, believe it or not. I'm kind of a closet Arsenal fan. And you know how many Arsenal games I've watched over there? None. I just like the name Arsenal. I just love the name. How can you not love a team named Arsenal? How can you not love that? That's just awesome. You know. Do I think the Bruins put too much in the regular season and ran out of gas, or do teams not show? The Bruins had a 3-1 lead on the Panthers there, Chris DeMello, and good to see you. Had a 3-1 lead. The Panthers played absolutely atrocious hockey in games 3 and 4 down here in the conference quarters. They were garbage. And all of a sudden, something woke them up. When they got the overtime goal in game 5, they woke up. Game 6 was one of the best hockey games I've seen yet. A long time I saw a game like that with the Panthers coming back and beating them 7-5. And I said, you know what? And after the Panthers beat the Bruins 7-5 in game 6, I said, the Panthers are going to knock the Bruins out. They're going to knock them out. And they did in game 7. And they did. And they did. And they did it in game 7. The Panthers are still playing with house money. That's the thing. If you're the Panthers, you've got nothing to lose here. You've got nothing to lose. The Panthers have been playing with house money all this time. They got nothing to lose. And for some reason in game 4 against the Leafs, they actually came out a little bit cautious. I didn't see the aggressiveness I saw in the first 3 games. Maybe they were tired. The Leafs look better. So I'm thinking maybe instead of 3 days off, maybe having the 2 days off might make a difference here. And maybe the Panthers will have a more rejuvenation back in Toronto. Tell you there, Mr. Tower. I will see you again soon, shortly, my friend. Keep on rolling, my good man. You are one. Remember, Mr. Tower, you are one of the tops in this hobby. And you are also one of the reasons why I started doing this. You and Al Red Sox fan and many others, and ID Jester and Dave Gardner and Ron Juckett. So you take care, Mr. Tower. Put the kids to sleep. Yep, exactly. Arsenal originally from South London were called Woolwich Arsenal. Their nickname, I think their nickname is the Gunners. Although I kind of like Cannons better. I don't know. I heard also they were also known as the Arsenal Cannons at one point. I don't know. How can you not love a team named the Arsenal Cannons? Come on, that's cool. That's cool. I don't care if they win or lose over there. I just follow them. I'm just like a closet Arsenal fan. I like the English Premier League. It's pretty much the only soccer I'll actually watch. And I will count a little bit of the World Cup, but I really don't care about anything else. Soccer just bores me. Seeing 11 people on 11 kick a ball around for 90 minutes, and if a goal is scored, it makes national headlines. Boring. That's just me, though. What can I say, guys? Kevin Hayes now joins us here at the State of the Network. So I am thoroughly enjoying the time off a little bit now, as of course the 1988 season is in the books. And now we get ready for 2016. 2016 is going to be a little bit different for me to do. Just because the strategy of baseball in 2016 is different from 1988. I mean, what a jump. I mean, really, what a jump. We went in 3 baseball seasons, we went from 1961 to 1988, and now we're at 2016. We jumped 20 some odd years, in between, more than 20 years, okay, in between the periods. You'll have to use 10 pitchers a game or more. Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I'm going to have to get used to that. I mean, thankfully the fatigue rules and inside pitcher are kind of toned down, where I may not have to worry about that. I could probably let a pitcher pitch a little longer, but then again, you never know. So, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it's going to be much different playing with those rules and such. I don't have to use my generic pitcher hitting cards for the World Series because every team does have a pitcher's batting card because there's interleague play. So I won't have to use those for the 2016 World Series. I won't have to use that. And 2016 is a different year. So we went from 61. We went from 79 to 60. Let me see here. We went from what here? We went from 85. We went from 94 to 85 to 76 to 81, back to 79, and then we went all the way. We went 18 years back to 61. Then we went 27 years forward to 1988, and now we've gone 28 years forward to 2016. So we've jumped the last few seasons. We've jumped back and forth, which is fine. I don't care. I don't care what season we do. I don't care what you guys vote for. It doesn't mean it's fine by me. I don't care what season you guys vote for. Hello there, Ron McGrath. I don't care what season gets voted on. I have fun with any of the seasons. Every season I've learned has its own personality. Every season has its own personality. It really does. It has its own personality. Like 1961 had its own personality due to the players of Mickey Mantle, Roger Maris, Whitey Ford, Sandy Koufax before he really became the best left-hander in baseball history. You know, 79 with the We Are Family Pirates had its own atmosphere. 1985 had its own atmosphere. 88 did. I mean, they all have their own atmosphere. You really can tell, it's, a lot of people say it's the same, you play, like if we were to play, for the sake of devil's advocate, let's say we just did 1988. Let's say 1987 or 1989, okay, came up and you guys selected, let's go 1 year back or 1 year forward. All right. It would have made the difference between 1988 and 1989 is so much different. It really is. It really is different. Even though some of the teams that year were still as good from 88 to 89, but it's still totally different. Okay. 87, the same thing. If we went back 1 year to 87, it would have been a completely different atmosphere. We went back to 86 with the Mets or back to 1980 with the Phillies. It just, every season has its own atmosphere. It's really, every season is different. It really is. Every season is different. What's going on, my Mets? Like I said, we can't hit, we can't pitch right now. But if there's a time to slump, let's slump now. Maybe we'll pick it up. You understand Brian Patterson going for 16, but I've yet to see a single Cubs fan in the chat. Thank you very much, Brian B. You just made me remember what I want you to do. I need what I need you guys to do, and it can be in the chat of this video or something, but then again, not everybody's going to watch this whole video. I need people to put a comment in the chat who your favorite team is. My mom is asking me questions. Do I have a fan of every favorite? Do I have a fan of probably every favorite team, of every team in the league? I don't think so. Okay. I know that. You're telling me in the chat. I want it in the comments of this video if possible, or in the Universal Baseball Lounge, put underneath it. We want to know what your favorite teams are. Okay. I know I got a Cubs fan. I know I got Yankees Bob 7, obviously. I know Boston Red Sox for Chris DeMello. Okay, Royals for D. Smith. I know that Salvador America's not in the chat, is he? I know Salvador America's is a huge New York Yankees fan. I know he's a big-time New York Yankees fan. I think I just felt my head get slapped. And he's not in the chat. Because I know exactly what he would say. Better watch your mouth, announcer boy. Jeremy Brooks, Blue Jays. Mr. Moley, Texas Rangers. Kevin Hayes, Giants. McGrath, St. Louis Cardinals. Scarborough, Orioles. I know Steeler fan, of course, is Astros. I know Cards and Dice is Tony Porter. Cards and Dice is Mets. I know ID Jester is Cardinals. I mean, we want to know who your favorite teams are, because I know sometimes I get a good showing for certain games. No, we know you don't have to say, Brian. We know we know for a fact, Brian, you love, okay, we know for a fact you love, okay, the Cincinnati Reds. We know you love the Reds there, Brian. We know that. We know you're a big time Reds fan. Now we know you're an Indians fan, Brian. We know you love the Indians. Or I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't love it's the Guardians now. It's the Guardians. So, we want to know because sometimes I get like, if I have a game between the San Diego Padres and the Colorado Rockies coming up, I don't know if we have any Rocky fans or Padre fans out there. I think there was a Padre fan. I forget it. I forget who it was. I think there was. He doesn't show up as much in the chat anymore, but I know he was a Padre fan or something. But then again, of course, if I do a Boston Red Sox New York Yankees game, which of course I will be doing, okay, like I do every year, because you always got to do the greatest rivalry in sports. I know I always get the Yankee fans like Yankee fans, and of course Al Red Sox fan to show up. And if he doesn't show up, Al Red Sox fan always usually listens to the replay, which is great. He says he likes to listen to it on his way to work. And if Al Red Sox fan hears this one day, I thank you very much for everything you have done, sir, because he is the king of the hill. But I want to know, like I said, we want to know the favorite teams. We do. I want to know who your favorite teams are. It's important to me, so I know who to expect. So if you have, I haven't seen a Rockies or a Twins or a Diamondbacks. Pittsburgh is your favorite National League team. Oh, okay, the Pirates. But you're always talking about the Yankees. But you're always talking about the Indians. But Pittsburgh. Okay, the Pirates. Here we go. The Pirates. Do we have any Nationals fans out there? Do we have any Padre fans? Any Diamondbacks, Rockies? Any Brewers fans? I mean, any any Rays fans? Any Blue Jay? Not any I know I know Chuck Rawlings is a Tigers fan, so I know that. I know Chuck Rawlings is Tigers, so that's for sure. He's Tiger fan. He's a Tigers fan. Baseball fan, of course, is Cleveland, obviously. I want to know who the favorite teams are. I mean, I want to know. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't know who you guys are rooting for. In the chat. I think Ron Juckett is a Nationals fan. He might. I think maybe he is. I think Uncle Ron maybe. Haven't seen a Philly fan. I think we have a Philly fan. I forget who it is. I know I have one guy that always rooted for the Phillies every time I put the Phillies on the board. I had a number of Cardinals fans. Some people don't show up in the chat. I mean, and of course not everybody's here. No Captain Carl 8. Of course, he would be a Red Sox fan, or the Goat Whisperer, D. Scott Howard, or some of you know Bob's Tabletop Sports, SGJ Jamie, Oh, we got plenty of Met fans. We got a lot of, besides me, of course. But Cards and Dice TV, of course, is a Met fan. Mr. Met 6986, of course, is a Met fan. I got a few Met fans. I always get a lot of views when the Mets are on the board. You guys always like it when I do the Mets, and I guess because that's my team, so I would like to have the Mets do well. So baseball demos team. I think he is a Nationals fan. I think he does root for the Nationals overall. I think he does root for the Nationals. Of course, they won the World Series in 2019, so Nationals. So that's why he did that 2019 Nationals replay. But I think he is a Nationals fan. I'm not sure. Of course, he's not in the chat today to tell us, but that's okay. But like I said, I would like to have people go ahead and put in the comments. We got a few Braves fans. We got some Braves fans out there. I want to put people in the comments and see what your favorite teams are. I like to see, who your favorite teams are, so I know what to expect you. Okay, when I do your team, when your team was on the board. I mean, I had one guy. Somebody mentioned me in the chat in a comment saying, "Do I get my chat involved?" You guys already, Larry Harris, there he is, Tribe fan here. Yep. I had one guy in the chat said, "Do I get my chat involved?" I said, "Of course I do." How many times do I ask Brian B to make a decision with his Reds, or a Steeler fan with his Astros, or maybe somebody with the Yankees or the Pirates? Of course I get my chat involved. It's not just me doing this. I like to get you guys involved if I have a question or an idea. I make it very I try to make this, very co-op. I make this very cooperative. That's the difference between me and I guess and some others that, they're just playing the game. Me, I like to get you guys involved. Do I just want your favorite or top 2 or 3? Really just your favorite. Really just your favorite. I know we have a lot of players like I said, I'm a Mets fan. That's my number one team. But of course, I live down here in South Florida. So yes, I do root for the Marlins. Absolutely. I do want the Marlins to do well. If you want me to get me involved, I'm going to want to double switch. Oh, double switch this. But I do root for the Marlins. I do like the Orioles. I always kind of liked the Orioles back in the day. Yes, I can't stand the Yankees now, but I was a Yankee fan when I was a lot younger. During the 70s, I loved the 70s Yankees. I loved watching Reggie Jackson, Sparky Lyle, Mickey Rivers, Willie Randolph, Greg Nettles, Bucky Bleepin' Dent, you know, uh, Bobby Mercer, Jim Catfish Hunter, Ron Guidry. I mean, I can't do it. I can't stand them as much as I used to now, but back in the 70s, oh yeah, I love the Yankees and the Mets, of course. I love them both. But I was still partial more to the Mets than I was the Yankees. When I was younger, somebody asked me if you had a choice to go to a Mets game or a Yankee game, where would you rather go to? I said, I'd rather go to a Mets game. I'd rather go to a Mets game. See the Mets play. And the first ever Mets game I was at, I was very, very young. It was 1972, and it was at Shea Stadium where Tom Seaver was pitching against J.R. Richard when the Mets played the Astros. Very young. I don't remember it. I think I could find it on Baseball Reference what game it was, but I think the Mets won that game. I don't remember. But the Yankees back in the Yankees back in the 70s. But I really started become more of the big time Mets fan as I got older and older. And of course, when the 86 Mets won the World Series, that really solidified it. And now, of course, I just root for the Mets wherever they go. I don't care how bad the team is. One of these days, we'll win another one. It'll be some time, but one day we will. We will win. Cards and Dice TV, he loves the Mets, of course, but he's more of a Tom Seaver fan than anything else. And why would you not want to be a Tom Seaver fan? He's one of the greatest of all time, absolutely. But were we all Yankee fans when we were kids? Yeah, I guess we all were. We all like rooting for winners. We all wanted to root for winners. But yet, the funny thing about the Yankees, they've been, every year, I got my best friend who's a Yankee fan always asked me, he asked me, he said, do you think the Yankees will be okay this year? I said, there's 27 reasons why the Yankees can win the World Series. So, no matter how good or how bad the team may look. Hey, the Yankees are in last place in the American League East, and they're above 500. That's how good that division is right now. The American League East is unbelievable. The Yankees are in last place, and they are, okay, and they are above 500. The American League East, unbelievable what the Tampa Bay Rays are doing right now in that division. Question is how long they keep it up. The Orioles are hot. They're right behind them. The Orioles are four back? The Orioles are like four games back of the Rays right now. Rays got to keep it up because Baltimore is hot. And I told people last year when the Orioles got out to it, where Orioles were actually playing good baseball, and it looks like raising the fences at Camden Yards was the right thing to do. Look at the Orioles right now. That team looks pretty good. They would be in first place in two divisions. Yes, absolutely. The Orioles right now, they're pretty darn good. That team looks good. They could be a very tough out in a postseason. The Orioles, right? I said last year the Orioles are going to be a team to beat, and so far this year they are not disappointing me. They are not disappointing me. The Orioles are good. Finally, fans in Baltimore got something to cheer about. Pittsburgh's having a good season as well, but they're starting to struggle a little bit. The St. Louis Cardinals, that team is right. I'm not disappointed in the Cardinals. I did not think they'd be that good this year anyway, but I didn't think they'd be as bad as they are, though. I didn't think they would be like where they're at. The thing about the Cardinals, though, I never can count out St. Louis. No matter how many injuries or how bad the team may look, the Cardinals always seem somehow to be there. And plus, the Cardinals have a great fan base. They really do. St. Louis Cardinals have one of the best fan bases in baseball. Can't knock the Cardinal fans. They are with that team through thick and thin. They don't care. They win championships. They do. You got to love the Cardinal fan base. They are terrific. They're a great bunch of people. But the Pirates now got off to a good start, but now they're beginning to struggle a little bit. Now they're sliding. The Dodgers are once again up top. The Padres is another weird team. I said at the start of the year, the Padres could either win it all or not even make the postseason. And I'm still standing by that. The San Diego Padres got a heck of a team on paper. They could win the whole thing or not even make the playoffs. And right now, I still don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, only 6 teams in the AL have a losing record. 4 of those in the Central. Yeah, the Minnesota Twins right now are holding on to that division. I am very disappointed in the Chicago White Sox. I expected a lot better out of them. I knew the Royals would be bad. I knew Kansas City did not have any horses. Okay, I'm not exactly disappointed in the Guardians because I knew the Guardians might take a step back in that division. I thought they might take a step back. The White Sox are totally disappointing me. The Tigers are playing better. But to me, right now, the Chicago White Sox have got to be the disappointment in that division. Right now, they're the disappointment. They got to pick it up. I have nothing against the White Sox. I think the White Sox should be better than they are. And as well as the Tampa Bay Rays look like they're trying to beat the all-time winning record. We actually have a team that's trying to beat the all-time losing record. Yes, we're talking about the Oakland Athletics. And that dump of a stadium they play in. Oh, God. The Oakland Athletics. Oh, my. The Oakland Athletics. That team, there's absolutely no talent on that ball club. It's really a AAA ball club is what it really is. It's a AAA club playing Major League Baseball. But I want to tell Athletics fans that will be taking over the team in Vegas when they move there. You guys will have something to cheer about very shortly. One of the reasons why the A's don't want to spend money right now while they're in the city of Oakland. They will spend money when they move to Vegas. They will spend money when we move there. Because the city of Las Vegas is going to build the Las Vegas Athletics, soon to be known as Las Vegas Athletics, okay, an absolutely gorgeous ballpark. You saw what the city of Las Vegas did for the Raiders and Allegiant Stadium, okay? How's it nicknamed the Death Star? Okay, so Allegiant Stadium is gorgeous. Can you imagine the kind of baseball stadium that the city of Vegas could build for the Athletics? How beautiful that stadium would look. It would be built Vegas style. Okay, lights and everything. Why not? Why not? They said they want to build about a 40,000 seat retractable roof stadium. Fine. Yeah, you do need retractable roof out there. It gets very hot in the desert in the summer. Just ask the Diamondbacks in Arizona. Okay, they have retractable roof at Chase Field, so yeah, they need one there in Vegas when they build them a new ballpark. I cannot wait to see, and I already got an idea how to build it. If you notice, how they build these baseball stadiums today, they're kind of like jewel box stadiums. A big building with a baseball stadium inside it. If you look at Citi Field, which is gorgeous, Citi Field was modeled at their old Ebbets Field, okay, where the Brooklyn Dodgers played. Well, if you're going to do that for the Mets, I already know a great stadium to model the Athletics, okay, to the Athletics, in Las Vegas. Build them a stadium reminiscent of Shibe Park or Connie Mack Stadium, whatever you want to call it. Build them a new-looking Shibe Park. Shibe Park was beautiful. Where of course, with the Athletics, when they played there with Philadelphia, with the Philadelphia Athletics, and of course the Philadelphia Phillies played there too. Okay, build them a beautiful, up-to-date, modernized Shibe Park type of stadium. It will look gorgeous. Model it after old Shibe Park, not Veterans Stadium. You're not building a cookie cutter, not Veterans Stadium. Make it look like Shibe Park. That would be beautiful. That would be gorgeous. That's what the city of Vegas should do. Model it after old Shibe Park. And then see what you can do with that. And the Las Vegas Athletics will sooner or later be getting a lot of free agents. Because, hey, if you're a baseball player, why would you not want to play in Las Vegas? The city that never sleeps. Come on. Why would you not want to play there? So That's why I feel bad for the fans of Oakland that are going to lose that team. They got nobody to blame but the city. The city tried to put the blame on Oakland, on the team, and the team said, hey, look, we were trying to work with you guys for 20 years to get us in a new ballpark because this one here is an absolute dumpster that we're forcing to be played in, and you don't want to help us. Goodbye. Yeah, I agree. Get them out of there. Leave. If the Athletics could leave tonight and play at the home of the Las Vegas Aviators, their AAA ball club right now, they'd do it. They'd do it. And if I'm Manfred, I would just say, if I was Rob Manfred, who I really think is a bit of a cancer for baseball, but I would say go ahead. I wouldn't have an issue with it. Ron McGrath asked me, how do you feel these new rules are impacting the game? I'm getting used to them. I'm getting used to the pitch clock. I'm getting used to the bigger bases. I am getting used to I'm getting used to the new rules, for the pitchers and such. I'm getting used to them. It is speeding up play, but I also believe that it's not giving the pitchers enough time to compose themselves. I'm beginning to think it's not giving pitchers enough time, and they still need to make sure the pitch clock is not used in the postseason. Do not use the pitch clock in the postseason. Let these players play when a championship is on the line. I still think the pitch clock needs to be turned off at the 8th inning or 9th inning if the score is if the tying run is on deck or something like that, or in the hole, the pitch clock should be turned off in the 8th and 9th innings. Do not let the pitch clock decide the game. Do not let that do it. You can't believe Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, Minnesota have retractable roofs. Rain or blistering hot at either time. Even though I said put a retractable roof on it, I actually believe baseball should be played outdoors. So even though you got to today you would put a retractable roof. Here's the thing: if they were building a baseball stadium back in the 60s or the 70s, in the 60s or the early 70s, they would not be putting a retractable roof on the stadium in Nevada. They would not be doing it. First of all, I don't think the technology existed yet, but they would not be putting a retractable roof on the stadium. It would be open air. It would be an open air stadium. That being said, I would wish a lot of I do agree with Brian. I prefer, outdoor baseball. But when you have an outdoor game like the 1997 World Series between the Indians and the Marlins, and the temperature was like in the mid-30s, you can't play baseball in that. You can't play baseball in that temperature. I'm sorry, you can't. That's why sometimes in case a roof would make some sense, or some sort of covering where you can keep the weather elements out. JT Dutch joins us there. Good to see you there, Mr. Dutch. I am having a fine day, sir. Good to see you. I think we'll go another half an hour and that'll be it. So absolutely, I think that I prefer it outdoors, but there are some cases where a retractable roof has to be done. Like down here in Miami, yeah, you got to play, at Lone Depot Park with the retractable roof, which I went to see the Mets play the Marlins that day, and the weather really wasn't that bad. But unfortunately, the roof was still closed. I have never been to a Marlins game down here yet with the roof open. And I'm a little disappointed. I really want to go to a game with the roof open. I was hoping that on April 1st, the weather here wouldn't be so bad. It would have been perfect weather where they could have had the roof open. It wasn't that bad. It was like in the low 80s. They decided to have the roof closed. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to go to watch a game outdoors. Yeah, I agree with that there, Brian. I certainly do. So I would have liked to see that. But Rockies Twins World Series and making a point. Baseball can be played in November. Oh yeah, sure. Let's see it. Welcome here to Target Field here. Today's date is November 2nd, Game 7 of the 2025 World Series between between the Colorado Rockies and the Minnesota Twins. It is a blustering 20 degrees here at Target Field, with a wind chill factor coming off the lakes, with the wind chill making it like -10. You can't play in that weather. I'm sorry, you can't. I guess one of the reasons why the Minnesota Twins have not made the World Series since what was the last year they were in it? What was the last year the Twins won the World Series? What was it? 1990 what? One? In 1991, that was the last year the Twins won the World Series, I think. And of course, they did that in the Metrodome. They only, I think, so like that. 91. Thank you there, Brian B. My problem with going to games in Phoenix, they open the Chase roof open too soon. It should wait until the sun drops at least. That's what I was told. I had some friends of mine that lived in an area that went to Chase Field, and they said they had the roof opened way too soon. It should be opened up until the sun drops. They say it is way too hot inside that stadium with the roof open, and it takes too long to cool it. That's what I was told. I heard they really don't know how to operate the retractable roof that well over there. Got to sign off. Thank you there, Yankees Bob 7. Hey, your Yankees, 1988 World Series champions, my friend. Congratulations. Your team has now won 2 World Series titles on the network. The only one they lost to was some AAA team called the Astros in 1985. Some team that 1985 that series was definitely rigged. That was definitely rigged. I don't know. That was definitely a rigged season. Only 25 to go. There you go. Yeah, that 1985 season I did was definitely rigged. I really should have checked to see if the dice was loaded. I was waiting for Steeler fan to give me the block dragon. So 2016, huh? You guys wanted me to do the 2016 season. Is that because that I asked for a contemporary season, or is that really the season you guys really wanted me to do? I did want to do a contemporary season, yes, because I didn't think we would do one. But really, the 2016 is a good choice. You know, I mean, we had other season choices from contemporary. We had 2016 last year in 1988 won it. We had 2011 in 1961 won it. We had 2014 twice, and 1981 and 1979 won it. We had 2017 and 1976 won it. We had 2015. We had 1985 won it. I mean, you guys just wanted to. Is it because I was whining about doing a contemporary season? Well, I know why you wanted it, Brian, because you want to see the Indians do something. You know, is there an NBA team I follow? I'm a Heat fan. I live down here in Florida, so yes, I follow the Heat very well. I watch a few games a year, and a Panther fan, of course. You voted for 1971. The contemporary season would have been 2016. Yeah, okay. I know for a fact that I'm pretty sure I can almost guarantee that the next season will not be contemporary. I'm pretty sure we'll be going back into history again on the next selection show. But as I said, the rules will be changing a little bit. We'll change the rules a little bit. Robert rigged the chat and promoting for modern season. Yeah, right? Well, that's not modern. That's contemporary season. Modern, okay, is 1990 to 2009. That's modern. Contemporary is 2010 to 2010 and higher. That's contemporary. It's still modern. I still consider modern season 1990 to 2009. That's still when baseball was still in that sort of like that offensive stage. 2010s when we really started going to contemporary with the changing of pitchers right and left. So, now it's to a point, and of course the what do you call it? The bullpen games where you start with the bullpen games where you start with, an opener and then have followers behind him and stuff like that. More than two games in a season. More than 2 games in a season would be nice. Yeah. But it should be 2016 is going to be a lot of fun to play. I'm definitely looking forward to it. It will be a blast. I mean, I look forward to all the seasons. If it was 1971, I'd be looking forward to that. If it was 2008, we're looking forward to that. If it was, if it was 1965, I'd be looking forward to that. I actually thought 71 was going to win. I'm actually surprised you guys chose 2016. I was very surprised actually that won. I thought 71 would have gotten. I mean, the 71 Athletics, the Orioles, the Mets were still pretty good. Tom Seaver, Jerry Kuzman, Bob Gibson, a young J.R. Richard. I mean, a pretty, I thought 71 was going to win it. I really thought we were going back to 1971, but who knows? Who knows what seasons will be up for voting in the next show? You guys will decide that as well, with a little bit of a change. But but yeah, I don't care what seasons we do. I'm going to be 54 years old next week on May 18th. It's my birthday, so I'll be 54 years old. I don't know how many years I got left to do this, but doing 2 seasons a year, who knows how long I'll live. So, but I'll keep on doing it. Right now I'm just having fun doing it until the time comes for me to leave this world and say goodbye to you guys. I guess I still got things to do, down here. As long as 2020 wasn't an option, I'm good. But 2020 one day could be an option. If I ever do the 2020 season, I will do it 1 game per 1 day of baseball. It's way too short to only do 1 per 3. That season would last a month, and that would be it. I wouldn't do it that way. I would make it try to get it to last 2.5 months, the regular season. I would do 1 game per 1 day of baseball. 2020 would be the only season I would do that. Everything else is 1 per 3. Will Chris ever be able to do seasons prior to 1956? He does want to do seasons prior to 1956. The problem is him getting pitch-by-pitch count for anything earlier than that is hard to find, even with Retro Sheet. So that's why he's having issues any seasons prior to 1956. He wants to finish the 90s, and he wants to finish the 2000s first before he goes backwards. I've already suggested to him there would be 10 great seasons for him to do prior to 1956. I told him if you're going to go back before 1956, in that case, you should finish off the 50s. So go to 1950 to 55 if you can. I've mentioned that, but I also told him, I said to him, look, if you're going to go back to, if you can do those seasons of dead ball era, then, I mentioned seasons like 1908 would be a great, of course, is a classic year, 1908, 1919 with the Black Sox, 1927, of course, with Murderers Row. 1921 was a great year. 1924 with the Senators and Walter Johnson. 1933, 1941, before Ted Williams left for the war. There's so many he could choose. 1947 with some young kid named J-Rob took over, became the most exciting player in baseball history. Jackie Robinson, and he was the most exciting player in baseball history. I gave him a lot of ideas, but it will be, it's up to him. But he does want to finish off the 90s right now and the 2000s before he goes any further. Remember, Chris Davis is a one-man show. He does inside pitch. He does inside the paint. He does inside the crease. He does inside volley. He does do inside blitz. He's a one-man show. I still can't believe he does it as one man. I don't know how he does it. I know he must use a very good computer algorithm in order to go ahead and get it all done. And remember, he corrects errors. There is nobody that has better customer service than Chris Davis. If you show him an error on a card, he fixes it. If it's printed, he sends you another card. If it's PDF, he immediately corrects it and sends you the PDF. I found mistakes on his fringe players, as a matter of fact. I said, here's a mistake on the fringe players. He saw it and he corrected it and uploaded a new set of fringe players. And I reprinted the fringe that was missing. No better service than Chris Davis. Sorry, nobody beats him. The only guy that's close enough is Joe Bryan from Payoff Pitch. After that, nothing else. Does Chris Davis have a YouTube channel? No, he does not. I've been begging him to maybe do a chat with me or something. But he, as I said, he's a very private individual. And I respect his privacy. And I don't want to make the man mad because I want him to make more seasons. He's got to get those 90s and those 2000s done. Then I'll leave him alone. I keep on bugging him. 90s, do your 90s. Get your 2000s. Get them done. Fill those holes. So then you can have a complete chronology of baseball from 56 all the way to current. After you get the 90s and the 2000s done, then you can go ahead and do your pet projects. But, it's up to him. I can't tell him anything. Well, Brian Davis, Brian Davis did. Now, Brian Davis is the creator of FastScore. And yes, he did a very good job in correcting FastScore 2015 and 2016, which, of course, we're doing 2016. So I do have the corrected 2016 FastScore that I've already printed and made the first schedule block with. So I already have that printed and ready to go. Like I said, if I wanted to start the season tomorrow, I could. I already got everything all ready to go. But I'm happy to take my break and to get excited for the next season starting in July. And 2016 should be fun. It's going to be different. 2016 will be fun. We're going to see a lot of young players that are right now. We're going to see a few rookies, in 2016 that are now veterans. This will be the first. This is going to be the first season we're doing. 2016 is going to be the first season we're doing where players I'm playing are actually still playing. So we're got, or some of them now, of course, not all of them. Some have retired in the 7 years since, 7 years ago. But we're actually going to be playing for the first time a season where actually players are actually now playing. It's the first time we're actually going to do a season like that. 1994 was the latest season we did, but that really wasn't a season. It was a restart. So when 1994 is released by Inside Pitch, I will put that in. I will put that in the selection cards. And if 1994 comes up, we will do that replay. We will do a 1994 replay, of course, if that comes up, in selection. I would do a 1994 replay. Okay. 1994 was a restart from the end of the series, and I just utilized the schedule that it was supposed to be. 1994 from Inside Pitch would be a replay. Can he correct 1961 FastScore to where the National League champ makes the playoffs? Yeah, I know you're still bugged about the Reds in 1961, aren't you? That's another reason why I like FastScore. A lot of surprises. It was 1988 was a lot of surprises. Really. Dodgers, the World Series champ, the Los Angeles Dodgers, didn't even make the playoffs. Finished with a losing record, 80 wins, 81 losses. It didn't even make the postseason. It didn't make the playoffs. The Athletics didn't even make the championship series. The Red Sox didn't make the championship series. The Mets didn't win the division. Had a 2-0 lead on the Giants and couldn't close the deal. The Expos wound up winning the National League pennant, and then got taken care of by the Yankees. Like I said, 1988 was a year of surprise. Was a replay of surprises. It truly was a replay of surprises. That was the most surprising replay, I think, of all the bunch. I wonder what I wonder what do you guys think was the best season I've done so far? I know not all of you have been around for all the seasons I've done. Okay. I mean, as much as the 1994 restart, you could consider it a season. But 1994 was a restart. It wasn't really a replay. So I had to utilize rosters and schedules from past games. But, Brian B says 79. Brian Patterson says 76 or 79. A lot of people say the 79 season was still the best season I've done. I thought 85 was fun, but 85 was part payoff pitch. Before I switched to Inside Pitch for 1985, I'll be honest, me personally, I had a lot of fun with every season. There is not one season. There is not one. Was the only one where the postseason was not rigged. No, it was rigged, Steeler fam. Sorry, that was a rigged postseason. I had the dice loaded for your Astros. I'm sorry, they never would have won if I didn't do that. I'll be honest. I think personally, I had a lot of fun with 1988. And 1961, I had a lot of fun with. I tell you, I think personally, I think the season I had the most fun doing was 1976. I think right now, I think 76 was I thought would be my best. I think 1976, I loved doing the 76 season. I really did. I mean, we had Michael Jack Schmidt get the cycle in that season. I thought 76 was a great year. You actually think 88 had the fewest comeback wins in the ninth? Yeah, we had a lot of comeback wins. Had a lot of comeback wins, actually. 81 didn't do it for me, nor did 61. 61 wasn't alive. Yeah. 81, I did like 81, but 81 was a little bit tricky because it was a very short season and because of the strike. But I still like doing 1981. I'm glad we got 81 done. I'm happy that was chosen. Then we went to 1979. But I think I like them all. I know 79 was a great year. I'm very happy with the 1979 season. I had a lot of fun with 76. I don't know. I just something about 76 was a lot of fun to play. The Phillies won that to beat the Oakland Athletics 4-1 in the World Series. That was the year that Greg Wheels Luzinski literally took a game away from my Mets in 1976. I don't know. They were all fun. They were all fun. I would like to redo 1994. That's why I'm hoping. Yep, best moment so far, Greg Luzinski. So I would like to redo 1994 as a replay this time, not a restart. But of course, Chris has got to do it. 1985, I was actually happy with it, starting with payoff pitch. I don't have a 1985 demo game. I got a demo game, I think, for every year except for 94 and 85. But 94 was payoff pitch, so I wouldn't do a demo game for 94. Plus, I don't have 94 as an inside pitch. I'm almost thinking of doing a 1985 demo game between the Kansas City Royals and the St. Louis Cardinals, just a demo game, and put that into the 1985 playlist because I don't have an 85 demo game. I do have a 76. I do have an 81. I have a 79, a 61, and an 88. And, of course, we're going to have a 2016 demo game between the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field on July 25th. It's on June 25th, a week before I start the 2016 season. I've not done a 1985 demo game. I should do an 85 demo game and just throw that into the 85 playlist. I should just do that. Thomas Bartlett, good to see you. Another 13 minutes and I'll sign off. It's almost 10 o'clock and I still got to go to work tomorrow. My last day before vacation, but still got to get sleep. But yeah, so I mean, I may do a demo, maybe a 1985 demo game. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll go to storage. I'll just go get the 1985 cards for Kansas City and St. Louis and just play a demo or just a one-off demo game or something. I don't know. Maybe I did knock that off. Looking forward to the vacation. How many days in New York? 5 days and 4 nights. I will be, as I said, I'll be leaving on no other projects right now, Mr. McGrath. Although I might play some Marvel Champions and maybe try to get a war game on the board here. But I won't be doing it, of course, until after I get back from vacation. 5 days and 4 nights. As I said, I'll be flying on a plane at 6:30 in the morning out of Palm Beach International. I'll be landing in Westchester, where my friend will pick me up there at about 9:30, about 10 o'clock in the morning. Spend 2 days in the Catskills, 2 days in the city. Go to Katz's Deli. Definitely looking forward to that. And Steeler fan goes ahead and still puts his stuff there. But whatever. But yeah, I'll be spending some time. Then I'll be coming back. I'll be back in Florida Friday afternoon at about 5 o'clock. I should be back down here. And then I got the weekend to recover before I go back to work. So definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be exhausting. I'm doing a lot of walking, a lot of all over the place, a lot of eating because I'll be chowing at the plate and such. and we're gonna have a fun time. I'll tell you all about it. I may do a quick state of the network epilogue when I get back from New York and tell you all how it went, tell you how the trip went and such. I'll post some pictures on the Universal Baseball Lounge, like I usually do when I post pictures to go into a game. Of course, I'll be posting pictures when I get to Citi Field and all that stuff. So you'll see some action. Don't worry, you guys will see it. But maybe I'll do a State of the Network epilogue when I get back. Quick half hour, just let you know how things went. Yeah, when you get to be our age, it's a couple days to cover. What is our age, Brian B? What is our age? I'm gonna be 54, bro. I'm old, okay? What is our age? 1967. Yeah, all right, yeah. Whatever, yeah. Tom Seaver's rookie year. How about that? 1967. That would have been an interesting year to have showed up. So we go ahead. We complete another season. We get ready for a little vacation. I'll be gone for about a week. I will try. There. ID Jester joins us a little bit right there. ID Jester. Once again, it is a great honor to It was a thanks to ID Jester there in the chat. It was a great honor to meet him at the baseball game. That was an absolute honor to meet him. Absolutely there, Mr. Jester. I look forward to doing it again, maybe next year. When the Mets play the Cardinals again over there at Roger Dean, would love to see you again. It was a lot of fun to meet you and the lovely missus. So, and of course, ID Jester, one of the main reasons why I also started doing this, because of his reviews. You told me the Cardinals are going to be crap this year. You didn't. Yeah, but you didn't know the Cardinals will be this much crap. It should be better than they are. I know you're excited for whichever season comes your way, but is there a season that stands out above everything? Obviously, 1969 and 1986. What about something like 1973? Like I said, I would have had, like I said, 69, of course, would be my birth year. I know 69 would get a lot of votes. 86 would get a lot of votes, too. I know 69 would. I'll be honest. I know 69. If 1969 ever shows up as a season, I probably don't even have to do a voting. I'm pretty sure all of you guys will probably vote for 69, because that is one of the most lovable seasons done. McGrath turned 61 in August. Losing the Central Brewers or Cubs. 2020 America's team, the Rays. Yeah, right. America's team, the Rays. Like I said, but I don't care what season you got would be voted for. Any inside pitch season, 1956 to 2022, 23 next year, whatever. I don't care. I just have fun doing it. And like I said before, every baseball season has its own atmosphere, its own style. Every season is different. It truly is. We just finished 1988. If we'd have done 1989, that season would have been so different from 1988. If we'd have done 1987, that season would have been so different from 1988. Totally different. Totally different. Even FastScore makes the season different too. Even FastScore does it. It really, to me, it doesn't matter which season we do. That's why I have you guys vote. Like I said, I like you guys choosing, because these are seasons you like to see. I'm still surprised 2016 won it, but it will. ID Jester, I want to get some war games on the board if possible. But of course, with the vacation coming up to New York, I won't be doing anything next week at all. I want to maybe get a couple of engagement scenarios from Pacific War on the board. Maybe try to get a Spruance Leader game on there. I'm going to try. As I said, the problem is my setup is not big enough for war games. It's not. And as much as I got all the war games I got in storage right now, Max Cornelius, good to see you, my friend. You know, as much as I want to get these games, I just don't have the setup. I just don't. I don't have the setup. One day, maybe I'll get a larger setup and be able to get a real good war game on the board. There's David Vega. One of these days, I really would like to get a bigger setup, and I can get a big time war game on the board. Like a big Pacific War scenario, or maybe something with Memoir 44, a solo Memoir 44. Something really big that I could do, maybe like Advanced European Theater of Operations. I have that game, or a World at War from GMT. Or something that also does maybe Unconditional Surrender, or just so much. I just wish I could just do some more stuff, but I don't have the setup. Just not big enough. Not big enough. But I'm happy with what I can do. If I can do inside pitch right now, I'm happy with inside pitch. I mean, I can do other baseball games as well, but I leave those. I'm going to leave those to you. Hockey, of course, I always leave to to Uncle Dave Gardner. I always leave hockey to him. He is the hockey master. All right, I leave hockey to him. Basketball, I mean, I just can't do a basketball game. I really can't do a basketball game. I mean, as much as I do like basketball, but I just can't do it. The problem with the hockey games and basketball games and the football games, it just take too long to play. They're too long to play. The one thing I love about the baseball game, I can get a game done in an hour. Get it done in an hour. Stream is over. I only have you guys' attention for about an hour or so, and that's it. I can't keep you guys' attention for 2 or 3 hours. It's ridiculous. You guys got things to do. Then sit here and just watch me move cards and dice all over the board. You know what I mean? Just got too much stuff. I think it is time to shut this down. It's almost 10 o'clock. I still have to work tomorrow, still have the last day, so this old man has to get sleep. I want to thank everybody joining me for State of the Network tonight. You lose me after a few minutes. I want to thank everybody for joining me for State of the Network tonight. I'm glad we had a nice 2-hour chat. You guys are all terrific. I just want to say to all you guys, I love every single one of you. You guys are the one main reason that I do this still. If I didn't have all you guys in the chat, I don't think I would be doing this. I think I would have, I'm not getting anybody to watch. I'll just stop and that's it. I think if none of you guys showed up, I probably wouldn't have done this. But here I am. I got 22 viewers. I had as high as 30 this morning, today doing this, and because you guys are so much fun to talk to and whatever, and chat with and watch the games, you guys are really the main reason why I do this. You guys are all awesome. Every single one of you. And for those of you that could not join me in the chat today, that decide to watch this on replay, that matters. It goes to you as well, to everyone that couldn't make it, so I got to give my thanks to Uncle Ron Juckett, who was a true inspiration to this hobby and for the great things he does. And that man shows nothing but drive and perseverance for what he does. We got to thank Uncle Dave Gardner for his Digital to Dice podcast, because that man knows his stuff. We have to thank Al Red Sox fan, in my opinion, one of the creators of this. I'm not going to say one of the creators of the hobby, but he is the best at this hobby because he does everything. Baseball with the Demos didn't join us tonight, but that is okay. We got to give our thanks to him as well because of the good things that he's done and the work that he, and of course, all the were there. I also want to thank people like Tenacious Sports, Earl at Tenacious Sports. You tell her I said hi back to her, Mr. Jester. Tenacious Sports, Earl, Tenacious Sports, and of course, Tabletop Sports, Earl there, I want to thank all of you guys. You guys are awesome. You're all terrific. I hope all of you just continue to enjoy your lives doing what you do. And so now I'm going to give you guys a break from me for about 8 weeks. So you won't have to worry about my mug until June 25th for the demo game. So once again, June 25th, 2023 will be the 2016 demo game. It will be the Cleveland Indians versus the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. Okay? Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. It will be Corey Kluber going up against Kyle Hendricks. It is not a replay or anything. It's a demo game utilizing just the rosters from the cards. Nobody from anywhere else. Okay? And then July 3rd, 2023 will be opening day for the 2016 season. It will be the New York Mets taking on the Kansas City Royals. Matt Harvey will be going up against Edinson Volquez from Kauffman Stadium as we start the 2016 season there. So that's what's up. Anyway, guys, so many of you guys to say thank you for. So again, stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys next time. And I probably will do a quick state of the network when I get back from New York. Take care, everyone. I love all of you. Have a good night.